If you're running a coaching or consulting business and you have yet to generate over $100,000 a month online, I want you to do yourself a favor and clear off your schedule for the next 20 minutes to finish watching this video in one sitting. If you don't acquire what I'm about to share with you, your entire life, your entire business, and your livelihood depends on the insights that I'm about to give you. And it's by doing the only true 4 core systems that is going to be working in 2025 with this entire online coaching craze, which is just saying F you to just using funnels, which is the old way. And now it's about building an ecosystem that generates dream leads 24/7, scales your coaching business to $30,000 to $100,000 a month while collecting high ticket paid in fulls and monthly recurring revenue at the same time. And most importantly, this is the secret here, having pre-sold prospects either hopping on calls with you saying, I'm ready to go, or just DMing you 2 things. How do I get started? And I just paid. And because really what we're seeing in this online info space, right, it's going crazy. All that stuff in 2024 is just simply not going to be working in 2025 and beyond. So the key, stop doing what everyone's doing in the online info space, which is build a funnel with low profit margins, relying on crazy appointment setting tactics, whether it's inbound and outbound, and developing large teams that are paying to run and having headache clients while also having to reignite your lead gen system every single month. Because what is happening, funnels just have leaks. It leaves a pile of dead leads at the end of it. I've looked at the people that I've helped with my business over the past year.
In the first 4 weeks of working with Brett in the Creator Founder Program, I made $16,000.
Now, if you guys are in the info product space, you're starting a coaching business, starting a mentorship, there's not a better name that you can trust with that business than Brett Fullerton.
Yeah, I got about 13 total with this 13K offer I did.
And it boils down to one thing. Acquire the right attention for cheap and keep that attention in your ecosystem and create ultimate trust before leads ever hop on a call with you. Now, I know you might be skeptical or cynical by some of the things I'm saying, and I get it. My job here isn't necessarily to convince you, but rather just share with you the insights of where this coaching and info product space is going. And I'm gonna do that simply by just sharing what has worked for me and what is working for my clients. So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you what's gonna be saving your butt from being a glorified freelance coach who is stuck at 10, 30K a month to a new system that all the biggest creators in the world and even the ones who barely have any followers or making tons of money are using. And if you use this yourself, those problems that you're facing just won't exist. Okay, so this entire ecosystem right here is the fastest way to 30K to 100K a month. And I brought out the standing desk, cool lights, just to make this video here because I truly believe it's important. And actually what I really did is I ended up not accepting anybody into my program because I wanted to build this out. Over the holidays, spent all this time building this out because I truly believe this is where things are going. I just want to give you important notice. Yes, I've made over 1+ million online in the past 2.5 years, and I've helped many info product partners make over 100K in a day. Yes, literally, I'll share that story in a second, but my job here is really not to convince you of anything. I want to share with you the insights and what is actually working for me and my students. And if you want my help by the end of it, the more the merrier, all great. But first, let's make sure this is a valid use of your time watching this video. So who is this for and isn't for? First one, isn't. This isn't for you if you're a beginner and you're starting at zero. If you're starting at zero, go ahead and do a service-based business or something like that. If you are trying to scale to the next level, this is for you. This isn't for you if you like complex funnel building and you want to scale to $600,000 in a single month with a team of 15 and, I don't know, trying to not blow your brains out. But this is also isn't for you if you haven't gotten any results for somebody. And most importantly, if you're not willing to change your perspective. Because what I'm going to be sharing with you in here, it's a little bit different from what people have been doing. So this is for you. Firstly, if you're someone who is selling something expensive online, high ticket info product consulting, specifically someone who wants to get to at least 30K to a 50K in profit, okay? And you want leverage. You value working on the business, not in it. You want simplicity, simple offer, Okay. Simple and efficient and evergreen systems to actually scale. So you don't have to keep on redoing your lead gen system every single time. Lean team. This is important. No 15 team members, but you also don't want to do it all by yourself. You recognize the importance of that, of having a small lean team. You want to get client results as well. You want to attract clients who are ready to pay. It's important. Ready to get results. And you actually provide them with value and get them results. You really want to impact people's lives. Lastly, for agency owners, if you want more of a leveraged hybrid coaching model, this is for you. Okay, so why are you here though? Probably because you want a simple and effective way to scale. You want a predictable and consistent way of bringing in hot leads 24/7. Your ad costs have skyrocketed. Your lead quality sucks. You're getting less paid in fulls. A lot of I will think about it, or I'm just shopping around objections. I'm looking at this guy's program type stuff. You're getting a lot of those, and you want dream clients following you and being pre-sold. So you're not getting these objections, while also stacking MRR, monthly recurring revenue, and selling high ticket. But why should you listen to this dude with some cool lights, a standing desk? Why should you listen to anything I have to say? Well, let me tell you how I scaled my agency to $70,000 in a single month, ended up quitting it, and then spent $100K to discover where our market is heading and building out the right systems, shutting down my entire thing to make sure that I am winning along with my clients in 2025. So 2022, this is pretty much where my journey began. I left college, convinced my girlfriend to travel across the US from Pennsylvania all the way to Austin, Texas, based off of the merit that I was going to support us with my content agency that I just found. So while I was in Austin, Texas in a 1-bedroom apartment, I had this clipping agency where I was bringing over creators, content from YouTube over to TikTok. Yes, I was part of the first wave of that. I had the dream, as most people had, to get that high rise, the penthouse apartment with the cool car in Austin, Texas. That was my dream at the time. But in the beginning, things were slow. I only had a couple of clients, and over four to 6 months, I made roughly $2,000 profit, $2,000 that I could have to my name. Yeah, imagine trying to keep on convincing your girlfriend to live with you with only making $2,000 within 4 to 6 months. Not ideal. But the classic story of, this had a hard time, was barely making any money. I kept on going at it, and towards the end of 2022, that is when things actually started to pop off for me in my content agency. So this is when I began working with some of the biggest businesses in the social media space. Zenith Prep Academy, Entrepreneur Media, True Niagen. These are all screenshots here of how much they paid me throughout the year of 2023. Even some companies like Paramount Plus, Collars & Co., Wild Ride, Steve-O, bunch of big companies. So these companies were literally paying me $10,000 a month. And this is where I got an amazing understanding of content marketing. But here's the freaking problem though. Agency work, I ended up creating 9 different jobs for myself and having absolutely zero leverage. So in 2023 though, more of my clients I started to work with and actually get good results for, because the previous clients, it was just tough trying to convince them to go in a certain direction with content. They're very big companies, had to go up the chain of people, and that was hella stressful. Crazy stressful trying to do that, trying to even convince some of these people to post, even though they were paying us $10,000 a month. We're making great content. I truly stand behind that. But the shift happened in 2023 to 2024 when I started working with more info sellers and getting results. So the Rich Dad Company, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, he was my first really big client. We're working on content systems and ended up doing some back end funnel building and all that stuff. So some other elite players in the info product space that I've had the chance to help out with my services was Brett Malinowski, Toozer, How to Beast, Ryan Doris, Dave Perotto. And I ended up scaling this agency to $70,000 in a single month. I just want to show you this real quick for actual proof, because I know a lot of people fake things online. But as you can see here, from 2023 to 2024, actually in the beginning of the year, this is when we made most of our money, or actually towards the middle of the year. And then you can see in the bottom here, we have the companies that were paying us and our biggest spenders. Okay, so here's the thing though. As I was doing this, I wanted to quit, or actually ended up quitting, because I was running this agency that had 4 offers, a 10 to 15 person team, which meant 0 leverage. Externally, the outcome, $70,000 a month. Everything looked great. I looked like the guy. My girlfriend thought I was the guy, all that stuff. My friends were looking at me like I was the cool person. And unfortunately though, internally, I had 12 plus hour days, 7 days a week, no time for friends, no time for relationships, was barely even hanging out with my girlfriend, friends, family. Didn't even get to do what I loved, which was skiing. Even though I was in Austin, Texas, I don't know how that worked. I thought I'd be able to travel. And ultimately, my soul was getting tired. Like literally, I felt like my soul was getting tired with being in this business. That's because externally, the business that I've built was 0 leverage, low profit, and very high stress, which just kept this loop going around. And really my breaking point with this, when all of this was going on in my agency, was when I took a trip to Hawaii. I mean, look how miserable I look here while I'm in Hawaii. Like, how can you look that miserable, right? I ended up working the entire time on the trip, stressing myself out to the point where I got sick and couldn't even enjoy it. I couldn't even be there with my girlfriend and my family. I just wasn't mentally there, and I was sick, and I came back home absolutely defeated, exhausted. Ultimately, I did not like the business I built, but luckily, towards the end of 2024, things started looking much better. I built a business that has high leverage, high profit, and some pretty low stress, I would say myself. So really what happened here is I took a trip to Japan. I killed everything within my business. I was in Japan for literally 3 months. I decided to strategize. I built this little system to acquire clients and teach them. And I ended up scaling my own online business to $40,000 within 2 weeks. And that is when, towards the actual end of the year, December, I shut everything down. I stopped accepting clients because I realized the way I was able to acquire them was much different than what everyone else is preaching out there. And frankly, it just isn't going to work if you don't update yourself to this new OS, to this new operating system that we have. What I did here actually was I took my prior info experience working for all the people here above, and for the first time ever, I actually listened to what the market wanted instead of what the guru was saying. And that's ecosystems. This is right here. And here's the good news. I am not the only one who is using this. And actually, really the biggest creators are beginning to preach this subtly. And you'll start to notice them use the word ecosystem. But so we got Oscar here who did $40,000 within a single month. And he had a 70% close rate after installing our pre-sold system and ecosystem. Avery Brown, a $30,000 in a high ticket offer and $8,000 with his low ticket offer. Ryan and Thomas, they went from $0 to $12,000 in monthly recurring revenue just in 4 weeks of joining my thing. Dallas here, $0 to $16,000 within 4 weeks. And here's the kicker with Dallas. He only has, at the time, 4,000 followers on Instagram, and he scaled to $16,000. It's because we're in a big shift right now where it's all about getting perfect followers and having them within your ecosystem. And then lastly, we got Jay Teta, $160,000 within 2 months. And they really just did this by this core thing. Ready? They acquired attention for free or cheap and created ultimate trust and pre-sold leads. And this brings me to my mission. I want to scale 1,000 coaches to create a high impact, high leverage, and high profit and very low stress business using this. So why ecosystems over building funnels? Why is this the new path to $30,000 to $100,000 a month in your coaching business? And why are the winning info sellers and coaches using ecosystems? It is really because the funnels over here are a nightmare for catching leads. It's all designed to bring a large volume of people through the top here and then collect sales at the end, leaving a lot of dead and forgotten leads or just a lot of areas within the funnel that have leaks because it's a straightforward process, right? You come in, add VSL, landing page, book call, whatever, right? You come in through that. It just doesn't work anymore, not in this environment that we're in. 80% of people who come through are just not ready to buy. And this really only works for the top dogs in doing funnels like this because they have the volume at the top. They can afford to lose people going through. And actually, really not anymore, the way things are shifting. So this is a little hint at what the ecosystem looks like. And we could even see that people like Alex Becker in his most recent videos explain how to do things. He uses the word hemisphere. You want to put people in your hemisphere. I just like using the word ecosystem, still the same thing. These are the 4 key reasons to implement an ecosystem rather than just using funnels. Okay, so the first one is about maximizing each lead. Okay, your prospect isn't going to buy as soon as they see you, as soon as they go on a landing page, whatever, right? Some of them might buy in the first month. That's probably roughly going to be 15 to 20%. Okay, what happens to those other people? What happens to the other 80%? They're just going through a funnel and they're not going through an ecosystem. Well, they're going to be lost because these people take anywhere from 2 months all the way up to 2 years to convert. So we want to maximize every single person that is following you, every single person that goes into your system by having an ecosystem. And for somebody like Dallas here, at the time, when we got him his results really quickly, he had 4,000 followers on Instagram. And this is because we're getting dream leads into his ecosystem, nurturing them, and now he's seeing a consistent 15 to 20K every single month with very little following. Okay. The second thing here is the buyer's journey. Once again, a funnel is reliant on a straightforward process. 2020 to 2024, towards the end of it, this is what the old buyer's journey looked like, right? Number 1 here is an ad or organic. They come through that way. Number 2, they're landing on a landing page. Number 3, they see a VSL, they book a call, and then you get something like a 20, 30, maybe 40% close rate if you're good at sales. The new journey is different, okay? In 2025 and beyond, this is what your average buyer's journey is going to look like. They're gonna, number 1, watch an ad or see organic content, watches a YouTube video, watches your IG, DMs you, watches another YouTube video, reads an email, downloads a lead magnet, DM Convo, watches YouTube, and then books. This is what the buyer is going through at the moment because we are in a trust recession, okay? The game is overplayed just bringing people to a classic landing page if you're just running ads or just going to organic and promoting your landing page. And you can see here how they're being placed into an ecosystem. They're hopping back and forth, which is allowing you to develop ultimate trust, ultimate authority, and pre-sells them to where you could either just hop on a call and they're saying, I'm in right away, or you're actually selling them in the DM, which is very, very possible. The third thing here is the 7-11-4 rule. This is a classic rule that most people know in the industry, where Google has done a study that somebody has to watch 7 hours of content through 11 different touch points and through 4 different formats. And if they do that, by the time they hop on a sales call or reach out to you, they're pretty much sold. Okay. And a funnel just does not do that. An ecosystem does. When you keep people in your ecosystem, it builds up that. Now, you don't have to hit that rule exactly. The closer you can get to that, the better. The Reddit ecosystem is putting your leads into a pool in the middle to accomplish this as much as you can. And the fourth thing here, which is appointment setting, something that I absolutely hated dealing with because the old way, what everyone has been doing is outbound DMs and sales-based conversions. Okay. You might be running a profile ad, DMing people, trying to convince them to hop on the call. And by the time they're getting on the call, they're asking, who are you? What is your offer? Can you please explain it to me? Oh, I'm going to look somewhere else. That is the old way. With the ecosystem, the new way is getting people to come to you consistently, right? They're inbound, they're pre-sold, and it's more of a marketing-based conversion rather than a sales-based conversion where you're convincing them on the call. That's sales-based. Marketing-based is they're already convinced before they even hop on the call. Okay, and so here's the biggest why you need an ecosystem in 2025 and why I was able to close 40K in 2 weeks with messages like this. Me asking, hey, Hussein, see you in a bit. He was about to hop on a sales call. Did you have a chance to review the doc? Hi, Brett, how are you? Yes, I went through and I'm excited to work. He was sold. When I hopped on the call, he was already sold. And it's because of this. What funnels are doing is just bringing strangers to a lead and then hoping that they buy. This is the process of a funnel. An ecosystem, you're bringing in dream followers, and then they're becoming dream leads, and then they're becoming dream customers. And you do this typically in a low ticket fashion where they're becoming a customer first. And that makes it so much easier, right? When somebody pays you something, it makes it so much easier for them to go into your high ticket. So now they're becoming a dream high ticket client. Okay. And then from there, since they're a dream client, you're getting a dream case study. So this is the big reason why ecosystems are best. You want to, yes, maybe use a funnel to get people into your ecosystem, but it's really the consistency of bringing in dream followers to a dream lead, to a dream customer, to a dream high ticket client, to a dream case study. And you're just building up that pool of people for that. Okay, so then that brings us to why 99% of coaches fail or just have the same fundamental bottlenecks within their business. Okay, most of them are in a stuck zone. They have an anti-scalable offer. They have no monthly recurring revenue, meaning you have to resell people every single month into your program, which sometimes becomes difficult. Having monthly recurring revenue, increasing the lifetime value of your customer is so important. You don't have any systems, which is leading to zero or low leverage, and you're getting inconsistent attention and no authority. This is what is causing coaches to be stuck. Now, what I like to call is the fully scaled zone. What we're doing over here is, number one, to combat this is focus on clients. A scalable, easy to deliver offer that attracts dream clients with ease plus results. Number two, content that builds ultimate authority plus ultimate trust, which you need here, which pre-sells your leads. Conversions, predictively convert leads into customers and clients with the option to close in the DMs, and then leverage systems, small teams, automations to be the business owner and not the operator. And I call this the diamond model. We're focusing on number one, clients, two, content, conversions, and leverage. This is going to get you to, I'm going to put a 3 there, $30,000 a month. So as I was saying before, when I was in Japan and made $40,000 within 2 weeks, this is when everything changed. And it's because I stopped doing what everyone was preaching and following what the elites are doing, which is ecosystems. Okay, so this is a set of 4 core evergreen systems that just simply allow you to ascend people into your offer. So the first thing here is the ascending offer. This is where you can easily scale by not being a glorified coach, having all these different offers and products in order to try to scale yourself to 100K a month, right? And the key part here is that you're bringing people up and you're also collecting monthly recurring revenue at the same time. And what this does is begin to draw in the perfect following. You pair this with the ad ecosystem where you're getting dream prospects coming in and following you, the perfect follower. And it's super simple to set up. This is what it looks like if you want to scale it out even further, but just literally a couple clicks of a button, and this is set up with one simple ad. And it keeps consistent dream leads coming in. It keeps consistent people following you. So you're getting dream leads, and then you have a pre-sold operating system. This is one video that you need to start off with that pre-sells your audience, avoids you having to explain your offer on a call, meets the 7-11-4 rule, and you have the option to sell in the DMs and really just gets people to say, how do I pay? That's the pre-sold system. Spoil alert. This is kind of it right here. Okay, so now they're pre-sold, and you also have your community operating system. In this case, we are considering a community, an email list. Yes, you can do a school community. Yes, you can do a WAP community, whatever you really want to do, right? The important part is you are building up your email list. Okay, that is how you get people to buy into your world. You can consistently hit them up, and this allows you to become an ultimate authority, which leads to dream clients and dream case studies. And you just keep on going using these 4 core systems here. All right, so you're probably asking yourself, how do I do this? How do I build out this ecosystem? How do I run a simple ad? How to develop the one pre-sold? How do I gain leverage? How do I get conversions? How do I not be working in the business? How do I only work 4 hours a day in my coaching business? Well, that is why I have launched Fully Scaled. And the outcome of this is to get you to your first $30,000 to $100,000 a month. Okay, so how does this work? Well, it's a 16-week accelerator where number one, we're focusing on your offer, your sending offer, how to attract dream leads and ascend them to where they're getting more access to you. Number two, system, your one ecosystem to convert, and leads, ad ecosystem plus your pre-sold system to consistently get leads and, as the name says, pre-sell them. Okay, so phase one though, it takes about 0 to 7 days. This is where you're going to be creating a scalable ascending offer, and it's really just giving more access to you. Instead of selling different offers here, you just provide more access through a free, to a low ticket, to an inner circle, and to a private mentorship where somebody gets one-on-one. Phase two here is 0 to 14 days. This is the growth infrastructure day. This is where we're actually going to be implementing the one ecosystem. We're going to be putting together the infrastructure in just 0 to 14 days. From there, it's phase three. This is where all the fun begins. So after you install the infrastructure to make this happen, we want to scale it out. We want to populate it. We want to consistently get clients, make content, get conversions, and develop leverage. This is where we're putting a team of 2 to 3 people, automations, and doing what is necessary to just hit your target goal of 30,000, but scale way beyond that if you so choose. So what you'll get here is a private Slack community of other online coaches, fully scaled, right? They've already built their thing to $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month, or are scaling alongside you so you can be in the same group of people, ask questions, and form that network. You also get the fully scaled ecosystem infrastructure resources, all of my SOPs, all of my automations, all of my templates, etc., and weekly live workshops. Okay, so if you want the full details or how to apply, what you're going to do is click the link in the description, follow me on Instagram, and DM me the word info. Just a heads up, we are only opening our doors to a few members a month. Our max capacity is at 80 members. So there'll be a link in that description. Go ahead and follow me, DM me the word or whatever it says in my profile. And that's pretty much it. If you just found me, go ahead and watch my other YouTube videos where you can get more details and in-depth breakdowns of this. With that, see you in the DMs or see you on a call. Peace.